Hey, I hope everyone's having an amazing day. It's episode number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know. Coming at you with a different angle today, I know. Same car, swear. But I just wanted to talk about expectations. Just a little backstory. Today I woke up bright and early at the right time of 6:50 in the morning. I got ready and I went for a little walk to a job interview. Now, I do work already, but I'm just searching for further opportunities right now. But I went to a job interview and it went pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. It's the first real interview I've had, if you don't count a restaurant interview, because I'm sure, as some of our restaurant people know, they're not really interviews. It's maybe 3 seconds and you're in, right? But had an interview, full 30 minutes, asked questions, they asked me questions, answered everything super well. But I didn't like the job. I really didn't. And I think that's something that I've struggled with in the past, which we'll get into right now, is having a hard time owning up to things I like, or having a hard time not just standing up for myself, but for expressing myself, really. And that kind of goes in expectations, I came into this interview with the expectation of, I want this job. I was curious, offered pretty okay money. The time was good. I mean, it was an immediate job offer. It was just everything was working out. But, as the interview went on and I started to think about it more, it just felt less and less like me. And I think that's a hard thing to come to terms with, initially at least, is understanding who you are, what you want in life, and how you're going to get it. And I was asked a question, what was a time where you had to make a really difficult decision? And obviously I had an answer. I gave an answer and they enjoyed it. But I think this is the better answer. Obviously it just happened and I couldn't, say it there, but this was a really hard decision for me to sit down and be given this on a platter, a silver platter, and say, this is yours, this is where your potential career can go, and you can make lots of money doing this, but you won't enjoy it. And I had to tell myself, I can't do it. I just can't. Because it's not about the money, it's about doing something you love. And I know people will say, well, work is work, work is a separation from your life. You shouldn't treat it, as something that has enjoyment in, almost. You're there to make money, basically. And I get that. And I agree. Work is there to make money. That's what work is for. That is the description. You're doing a service and you get something in return, usually money, right? I get it. But if you don't like what you're doing, then you're not going to be good at it. And like I said, I'm a bartender. I love bartending. And the biggest part I love about it is I'm a very big people person, I love to connect with people. And the biggest thing I was excited about, which is kind of corny, but I think it's cute, is I was really excited to get regulars. When I first started serving, that was the thing I wanted. I was I'm so excited. When I get my first regular, I'm going to remember their names, everything. And I didn't get any regulars. But the second I started bartending, 2 months in, I started getting some people liking me. And then now I got a whole little fan base going on, a little Cameron fan club. Funnily enough, one of my regulars is actually named Cam, so we get along pretty well. But that's besides the point. It's hard to look at a good opportunity, to be honest with you, a really a nice opportunity given to most people, and to not want it. But that's okay. It's okay. But it's a tough decision. My life could be in a very different place if I accepted that offer. Not that it would be in a bad place, but I just don't feel like I would have enjoyed my life as much. And I think that's the decision I had to make. Because if I'm going to choose between money and happiness, I will always choose happiness. Always. Because in the end, when you're looking at your life down the road in your 80s, 90s, whatever, you're not going to think about the money. You're going to think about, oh, well, I wish I could have spent more time with my kids, or, oh, I wish I should have ate more food that I really liked. It's things like that. That traces back to your happiness. And I just wish more people saw life as such. And I had a really big test just now. And in my opinion, I think I passed it. And I hope whenever this test is given to you guys that, it might not be money versus happiness, although people have different morals or different wants. People prefer money sometimes, people prefer happiness. I get it. For me, it's, like I said, it's happiness. But it might not be a specific situation like a job offer and then it's life changing. It could be something like, oh, well, I don't want to hang out with this person. Would I rather, take a me day? It's something like that. I hope whenever these kind of situations happen, I can be a lesson, an example of there's not always a right answer, but there is a preferred route. And I definitely have a preferred route, and obviously no one's perfect. No one's going to be able to get that route the right way perfectly the first time. But there are definitely better ways to go about the way I want to live my life. And I think that if I took that job, I wouldn't be living my life, So back to expectations. Especially when I was at that job interview, there was a very clear expectation that they wanted me. And they made it very obvious. They said, we like you. We're offering you this job. We really want to know, tomorrow, what's your answer? Full-time, full benefits, everything, right? But a past version of me would have folded and said, wow, they really like me. I have to do this because they like me. And that's not how it should work. I should do something that I want to do because I like doing it. And obviously that's kind of a dangerous statement because some people might like doing things that aren't morally correct or bad, but it's a general positive message. Please don't misconstrue my words, right? Thank you, internet. But I had the expectation of being their employee, and I broke it. I broke their expectation. But I didn't break mine. And I think that's what's more important. You're always going to have expectations from others in your life. You're always going to have expectations, but the only expectation that matters is the expectation you have for yourself and the standards you hold and sticking to those standards. And I need to stick to my standards. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep exploring myself, making the best decisions I believe I can for myself, and as I go through life, I'm going to continue posting about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this nice car talk episode 6 about expectations. Hopefully we learned something, because I did. Anyways, you guys stay safe. Have a good day.